Hello guys and girls, this is King Lear and welcome back to Proceed to Checkpoint. We are here back in Eorzea and Final Fantasy XIV for the Christmas event. Now this is slightly different to last year. One thing I really love about this game is they like to mix things up and the events are never the same once twice. So as usual, you can start it in whichever capital city you please, but we are here in Gridania because this is my favourite town. And doesn't the place look absolutely wonderful? So we're going to start the event over here. We'll take a look at how it works and what exactly goes on. And we'll see from there where you go and what the rewards are. So the mission starts here and we have to talk to Agzavalalayan, this guy. So let's have a chat to him and see what exactly is going on. So a Starlight Miracle is the first quest. Ah, an adventurer. Marvellous. The name's Agzavalion, and I scratched the parchment for a little publication called The Raven. Might I enlist your aid in a matter concerning the Starlight Celebration? You are familiar with the festival and its origins, yes? Ishgardian knights rescuing poor orphans from the frozen fingers of winter. The principal hero of the tale, a snowy bearded captain, is often referred to as the Saint of Nymea, for it was his unorthodox order that the wayward waifs were given food and shelter. The compassionate acts of this saint and his soldiers are now honoured by an annual tradition, wherein gifts are given to younglings during the coldest days of the year. Which brings us to this year's celebration. As is the custom, the Starlight Celebrant and her colleagues have donned scarlet apparel reminiscent of the jackets worn by those charitable knights, the saint's little helpers, so to speak. Thus attired, they plan to distribute gifts to every child who writes a letter to Nymea, patron goddess of celestial wonders. A fine seasonal piece this shall make, thought I, and proceeded to publish an article that brought news of this wonderful event to folk across the realm. Since then, however, it appears the celebrant has encountered some unexpected difficulties. Would you be so kind as to offer your assistance to Amh Garanj in the Lavender Bed so that the festivities might proceed as planned? Okay, so to proceed with the quest, you may visit any residential ward within the Lavender Beds. Now, luckily, my free company have their house in the Lavender Beds, so let's teleport there, and we'll see from there where to proceed. So the Lavender Beds, for those of you who don't know, are the housing areas in Gridania, and they can be accessed through a boat trip in the Central Shroud. So if you go to the Central Shroud, there will be a boat to bring you to the Lavender Beds, and that's the housing area where you can continue this part of the quest chain. So we're here in the Lavender Beds at my wonderful free company house. And where do we go from here? So right up there at the entrance. Okay, so we need to find an aetherite shard to teleport there. So there should be an aetherite shard up by the market boards here. There we go. Okay, so we are looking for amethyst shallows. Here we are. So this is where you'll arrive off the boat from the Central Shroud. Oh, lovely little Christmas tree there. So let's have a chat to Amh Garanj and see. Oh, that's a lovely outfit with the holly berries on it. Yes, I am Amh Garanj, the Starlight Celebrant. Ah, Master Agzavalion sent you to me, did he? Then pray allow me to explain our dilemma. As you have no doubt heard, our plan for this year's event is to pass out presents to every sweet-cheeked child who composes a letter to Nymea, be they from a northern land or a southern sea, an east end city or a west end town. An ambitious endeavour to be certain. Once the Raven printed word of our activities in its publication, however, we were contacted by an anonymous supporter, a generous benefactor who offered to fund the entire celebration, gifts and all. Originally our idea was to have the little ones place their messengers at the foot of the Starlight Sentinel we erected in each city. Our scarlet-clad helpers would then retrieve the letters and hand presents to the waiting younglings. Simple. Unfortunately, the wee darlings didn't know which of the seasonal trees in each city was our tree, and now even the decorated boughs found within adventurers' estates have become receptacles for misplaced mail. As you might imagine, this has transformed a fairly straightforward task into a ward-wide marathon. As eager as we are to plaster a joyous smile on every child's face, we simply cannot hope to cover so much ground with so few helpers. We are in need of a Starlight miracle. Okay, so this rewards me with the Starlight Tunic. I'm going to equip that and get our Christmas on. There we go. Don't I look fantastic? I'm gonna hide my headgear. It doesn't quite blend in. There we go. Don't I look fantastic? So let's talk to her and continue the next quest. You'll be the miracle we need. Oh, thank you, dear adventurer. With your assistance in gathering the messages scattered across the lavender beds, we can be sure that all those adorable letter writers will receive the gifts they were promised. Rather than send you tramping directly into the gardens of your adventuring fellows, however, I suggest we start you off somewhere close. The Starlight Sentinel we place here in Yenu Par recently had a small visitor. Would you be so kind as to check the base of its trunk for messages to Naimia? Oh, and do be so good as to dress yourself in little helper attire while you go about Starlight business. Maintaining the fantasy is of utmost importance. 'Tis all for the children, you understand. So I need to check the base of the Christmas tree for a message. And here's the tree, right here. Okay, so let's have a chat. Or have a chat to the tree. Let's search the tree to find a message of some kind. Oh! Whoa! Are you really one of the Saint's little helpers? You've come to collect my letter, haven't you? I waited and waited, but I wasn't sure if anyone would come. That one there is mine. No other children came to this tree, so I got it all to myself. You'll make sure my message is delivered to the goddess, won't you? Yeah, of course I will. Well, I guess I should let you go now. Bye-bye, little helper. Okay, so we have that child's letter. Let's bring it back to Amh Garanj. Welcome back. Elizabeth, is it? Do you have the letter? I have it right here. I presume this is it. Ah, isn't that precious? This young lady has written "Thank you" in big pink letters and drawn charming pictures of flowers and stars. Here, you must be sure she receives her present. You should find her nearby, eagerly glancing about for the appearance of a little helper. Let's not keep the little darling waiting, shall we? So it looks like she is over here. There she is, the good little girl. Oi, there you are. Was my letter good enough for a present? Let's hand her a present. Hooray! Thank you, little helper. Huh? What's this? I found someone else's letter. Silly helper. You must have wrapped it with my gift by mistake. Here, you better make sure it gets delivered to the goddess. Oh wow. Did she give me an extra letter? How much work does she want me to do here? Hello again, Elizabeth. Was the child simply transported with joy? What's this, bitch? Oh dear, how did that get in there? We must remember to thank the young lady for bringing the missing message to our attention. Elizabeth, did you happen to glance at the contents of this letter? Listen. There's no such thing as a Starlight miracle. If you, the saint, and the little helpers were real, you'd bring back my father. Wow. That escalated quickly. The poor thing. I too know the pain of losing a parent. Perhaps there's something we can do. Yes, I shall look into it. After all, it would not be a successful Starlight Celebration if we failed to put a smile on every child's face now, would it? Otherwise, I believe you have proven yourself more than qualified to wear the scarlet of a little helper. Your continued assistance would be most appreciated. And not just here in the lavender beds either. I am certain my colleagues abroad could also benefit from your aid, assuming you were so inclined. Doesn't sound like I have much of a choice. Okay, so that is Starlight Savings complete. Presumably she's going to offer me... Oh, wow. Lavender Beds, Mist, and the Goblet. She's sending me to all 3 places. You wish to do more for the celebration? Wonderful. Should you wish to focus your efforts here in the Lavender Beds, then pray speak with the little helper over yonder. A slew of errands always accompanies the festivities, and I don't know what I would do without my dedicated volunteers. For as much as I would like to shoulder the entire burden, it simply isn't possible. But let us not waste time with maudlin thoughts. We've a joyous festival to run. And the Mist... As I've explained, it is not only the Lavender Beds that suffer from too few helping hands. Your assistance with the Starlight festivities would also be most welcome in Mist. If you've the occasion to visit Limsa Lominsa, might you consider sacrificing a few more moments of your time for the sake of the children? My colleagues in the Sea Gaze markets will assign you any tasks that need doing. May Nymea bless you and your charitable soul. And then we have the Goblet as well, which is the Oasis one. While we will certainly miss your tireless efforts here in the Lavender Beds, my colleague in the Goblet could also benefit from the presence of a dedicated volunteer. Should you happen to have business in Ul'dah, might you consider paying her a visit and easing her burden? You'll find your fellow little helper in the Brimming Heart, amongst the forest of Starlight Sentinels. Don't you just adore how the seasonal decorations transform our cities? So there's one quest for each of the housing areas. So let's have a chat to the one in the Lavender Beds and see what we can do here. Hello there, you must be the adventurer the celebrant mentioned. If I'm not mistaken, you've already retrieved a letter and delivered a gift, yes? Then you're quite prepared to perform the tasks I shall give you, for they are identical in nature. Oh, were you perhaps concerned about the contents of the presents you'll be handing out? You needn't be. They are but simple items fashioned of wood, toy bows and hairpins and the like, blessed by the heroes themselves. A daily quest is now available. By completing this task, you will obtain fallen stars, which can be exchanged for seasonal goods. So this is a daily quest. The Saint's little helper in the Lavender Bed seeks your assistance in running the Starlight Celebration festivities. Filled with the spirit of giving, are we? Let's set you to your tasks then. All you need to do is collect a single child's message from one of the Starlight Sentinels within the Lavender Beds, all while wearing your Starlight tunic, of course. As you know, there is the tree we helped us set up here in Yanu Par, but there are also decorated sentinels to be found in the gardens of your fellow adventurers' estates. You should also know that the type of fallen star you receive for your efforts will depend on the sentinel from which the message is retrieved. Did we talk about fallen stars? It's a simple system we devised to reward hard-working volunteers, a type of festive currency that can be exchanged for seasonal goods. Speak with the Starlight Crier if you'd like to know more. And the position of the sentinels will appear on the map. So, this is going to get slightly complicated, but let's have a look at the vendors and I'll show you how this works. So for the first mission I completed, I received a green falling star. If you look at the vendors, each of them sells different things. So this one sells Christmas trees to put in your house, star-topped, moon-topped and sun-topped. And each one of those trees can be placed in your garden. And this guy sells green fallen stars for different types of fallen stars. So depending on the tree you interact with, that will tell you what star you get. So, what is a fallen star? Fallen stars are tokens of appreciation given to those who contribute their time and effort to the running of the Starlight Celebration. These tokens can be exchanged at a mammoth dispenser for a range of seasonal merchandise. There are, however, several types of fallen stars you might receive. Visit a mammoth interchanger should you wish to exchange one type of fallen star for another. So, let us obtain from a star-topped sentinel will give you a green one, a moon top sentinel will give you a blue one, and a sun top sentinel will give you a red one. And you can trade them in at the vendors for different items. The trees are planted in houses, and you have to interact with the tree that matches the fallen star that you wish to receive. So here are the rewards: a Hori the Snowman minion, Starlight tights, boots, a false mustache, a Starlight wreath for your house, a stuffed Quirin to put on your table, empty twinkle boxes as a furnishing, a snowman to put in your garden, Starlight walls, and then there are gift bags as well, and some food. So each of these can be bought with a different fallen star, and then the type of tree you interact with will say which fallen star you receive. So, and this guy will exchange yellow, blue, and red fallen stars for green ones. And then you can buy the trees from this guy to plant them. So, I am just going to interact with the closest ones to me for the sake of the video. There is a good thread on Reddit to tell you where to go. So if you want the green, the red, or the yellow ones in order to purchase the pets, you'll need to interact with the various trees that grant them. I'll link the thread in the description, and you can visit that thread. And people are posting up, hey, I'm on this server, I have this type of Christmas tree in my garden, it's located here. So you can find them that way. For the video, I'm just going to interact with the closest one for the sake of just getting it done quickly. So I'm going to interact with this sentinel right here, which is one of the standard ones. So this gave me the letter, and I'm going to give it to this guy, and that'll give me a green one. If I went to someone's garden and used a different type of sentinel, one with a moon on top or one with a sun on top, then I'd get a different reward. Hello again, you've returned with one of the children's messages, I trust. Indeed I have. Excellent, now comes the fun part. Take this gift and deliver it to the waiting youngling. Remember, the wee ones expect someone dressed as a little helper. Okay, so I need to find the youngling in this general area. There we go. It's the same girl as last time. That's handy. Well, she's in the same place. A little helper. Yay. Do you have my present? Can I have my present now? So here is your lucky star. I got a present from the goddess. Thank you, little helper. And that's it. So I can go back to the Saint's little helper now. You've returned to me empty-handed. Good. I do hope the youngling enjoys the gift. Amh Garanj just so dearly loved to see the children smile. When I once marvelled at her dedication, the celebrant explained that her fervour grew from her troubled past as an orphan. She would spare any child the misery and loneliness she experienced, even if it meant funding the entire Starlight Celebration by washing dirty dishes at the Carline Canopy for a year. And I must admit, her intensity is quite contagious. I assume you must feel it too. Otherwise, why else would you find yourself compelled to help us again and again? So because I only did the standard one, I can't claim the yellow, blue or red stars. I used the standard tree, so I am receiving a green one. This quest is now unavailable until tomorrow. However, I now have two green fallen stars, so if I want to, I can purchase one of the sentinels to put into my garden. I'm going to move on to the lavender, or to the mist, or the goblet now, and see if I can find a different type of tree in someone's garden, so that I can show you exactly how to get the different types of items. So we are here in the goblet now, and I am right at the entrance to the goblet. I have had a look at the Reddit thread, and I know that someone on my server has a sun-topped sentinel tree. They're in Ward 2 and they're in Plot 18. So I can talk to the flame private at the entrance to the housing one to travel to a specific ward. So I'm looking for the second ward. I'm looking for Plot 19, so it's in the first area, Plots 1 to 30. And I'm going to travel there. I am already there. Awesome. So this is in the same area as my house then. So Plot 18 is right down here in the Brimming Heart. So let's travel to the Brimming Heart. This guy is 2 doors down from me. What a coincidence, he's actually my next door neighbour. So we're here in the Brimming Heart. We'll have a chat to the Saint's little helper here. Well, it's about time you showed up. The celebrant's been promising help, but promises won't mend the holes I've worn into the soles of my boots. The task itself is hardly complicated, and you've already had a taste of what needs to be done, I hear. The only thing that's different is the gifts themselves. Here in Ul'dah, even the younglings can appreciate precious metals, so the Goldsmiths Guild have been busy churning out pretty trinkets by the dozen. Catch your breath and have a sit down if you need one, but don't be too long about it, eh? We're aiming for happy children here, not screeching and wailing wee ones who missed out on their Starlight presents. So she will now give us the daily quest. Ready to spread that festive cheer? Then let's get straight to work, shall we? Visit any of the Starlight Sentinels within the goblet and bring back one of the children's messages. And be sure to wear your Starlight tunic. You never know when the younglings will be watching. So, Plot 18, which is this particular tree there. And my house this is my house here. So this is my house, and the plot that we're looking for with the special Christmas tree is right here. What a coincidence. So this is a sun-topped tree. So we can interact with this particular one now. And this will give us a letter. And if we return to her, she'll tell us where to deliver it. Quickly now, let's see what you've brought. Ah yes, a very Ul'dah sentiment. Would you believe some of these younglings attempt to negotiate for extra presents? So precious. Here, pray deliver this gift to the merchant-to-be waiting nearby. So, let's find the child to give this to. There we go, East End boy. Hello, little helper. Is this the part where you give me a present? Yes, I suppose this will do. Thank you. That will be all. What a little shit. So that's that present delivered. And because we got it from a sun-topped tree, we should get a different reward. Gift giving all taken care of. Very good. I don't know what we do without kind-hearted souls such as you, and our mysterious celebration funding benefactor. Even our celebrant, Amh Garanj, has only met with this philanthropist's agents, never face to face. All I know is that with the costs involved in running this festival, it must be a personage of considerable wealth, a bored merchant prince, or princess perhaps. I suppose in the end the reasons are less important than the results, but I detain you overlong with my idle musings. I shall be here handing out tasks the entire festival through, should you be struck by the desire to volunteer once more. So, because I dealt with a sun-topped, I get a red fallen star instead of a green one. I'm going to move on to the mists now and see if we can find a different type of tree to interact with there. So we are here at the mist, and taking a look at the Reddit thread, I can see that there is a moon-topped tree in Ward 1, Plot 27. So again, I'm going to enter. I'm going to go to the specified ward. We're going to Ward 1, and Plot 27 is within the first 30. So we are going here. So let's go here, and this will be a different tree again, which should give us a different reward. And this is basically the technique to collect them all. Take a look at the Reddit thread, see where on your server people have planted the different trees, and then go and do the daily quest, picking from that specific tree. So we want to go to the Seagaze markets for the quest itself, and speak to the Starlight helper in that particular area. So let's go to the beach. Christmas on the beach. I feel like I'm in Australia, and have a chat to the Saint's little helper. Here now, you're a right strapping lass, ain't ye? Now me a bless the celebrant for sending you me way. The job I've got for ye ain't no different from what you've already done in the lavender beds. Collect the wee brats' letters and give 'em their bleeding presents. No problem, eh? Them young scamps will be grinning from ear to ear when they get their blunted daggers and coral jewellery and what have you. Aye, I love to see them little buggers happy, I do. Well, you didn't come here to listen to me wax all sentimental now, did you? Just give me an holler when you're ready to get to work. So now we have unlocked the daily quest in the Mists area. Ready for a run through the ward then, are ye? That's the bloody spirit, lass. 'Tis the same job as you've done afore. Find yourself a Starlight Sentinel and collect one of them adorable little imps' messages. And don't forget to wear your bleeding tunic, alright? You know, the bright bloody red one. Awesome, so that is the daily quest. And we are looking for plot 27 in order to get our tree. And that is right up here in the Mist southeast area. So let's go to an 8th, you're right. There's one right here. And then we can travel to the Mist southeast. Head to plot 27 and interact with the moon-topped tree, which is 27. Up here. Swing a left. And it should be this house right here. There we go. There is a moon-topped sentinel. So let's interact with this. And we have our letter. We can now go back and turn this in to the same person as before. And he was in the Seagaze markets. So that was, we've interacted with one of the sun-topped ones, and we've just interacted with one of the moon-topped ones. Back now, are ye? Where's me tear-jerking message then? Aye, that's just lovely. Warms me brutish heart it do. Right, time for some gift giving. Here, take this to the wee bugger waiting over yonder. And there's our East End boy to deliver this gift to. Hey, over here. Aye, me. Give the toy to me. There you go, young lads. This festival is the best. Thank you. And off he legs it. Let's go back and turn in our daily quest. Handed out your gift and bought a child festive joy and all that, have you? Good work, good work. You're a chip off the old saint's block. Speaking of the old saint, Amh Garanj said she met a white-bearded bloke what was wearing starlight garb when she was but a wee lass herself. She was weeping over a special ring she'd lost, or somewhat of the sort, and this saint-like fella gave her a new one to replace it. Cheered her right up, he said. Sometimes kindness finds you when you least expect it. I thought this world a bloody cruel and lonely place till I met decent folk like you and Amh Garanj. And now I'm getting all bleeding emotional again. Sod off then. You've done your part for now. Maybe I'll see you back for more work before the celebration's over and done with, eh? So the first one, the sun-topped one we interacted with, gave us a red fallen star. The second one, this was a moon-topped one, and this gave us a blue fallen star. So the star-topped ones are going to give you the yellow stars. And again, you can exchange all of these for the various presents at the various vendors. So let's see. fallen star exchange. This is it here. So all I need is a yellow one, and I will be able to get a I'll be able to get one of the pets. To be honest, that is the Christmas event in a nutshell. Those 3 quests that we just completed are now daily quests, so I can come back every day, pick up those quests, and go interact with one of the trees depending on what star I need. The moon top stars will give you a blue fallen star. The sun topped trees will give you a red fallen star, and the star topped trees will give you a yellow fallen star. So go to the various areas, accept those daily quests, and have a look at the Reddit thread linked in the description to see where on your server there is a tree that you need. So depending on what star you need, go to that ward and complete the quest by interacting with that tree, and you will receive the fallen star you need to get your items. If you're looking to help people out, you can purchase the trees yourself from one of the seasonal vendors for green fallen stars, which are gotten for just interacting with the trees that aren't in an adventurer's garden. So if you want to plant one of these trees and help the other people on your server gather the different types of fallen stars, buy one of these trees and plant them on your server. Reddit thread is linked in the descriptions. If you have any questions, I will be checking the comments, so feel free to drop a comment and ask me how to complete the event, or ask me any particular questions you have. But hopefully that's given you a good idea of how the process of the event goes. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like and a comment and let me know. It's very much appreciated. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in more Final Fantasy XIV content. I do plan to do a story playthrough at some stage on a new character for anyone that's interested in it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really enjoy playing this game. So I'm gonna make an alt and run through the story. So hit subscribe if you're enjoying the Final Fantasy XIV content. And from me and everyone else that proceed to Checkpoint, I wish you all a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. Slightly backwards, but you know what I mean. Great Christmas, guys, and take care.